Sorry, what's the question?
If anyone's available to give us comment on camera.
I'm not sure any of these gentlemen are.
Control the sign.
Sorry. So are any of the questions that were asked going to be answered at all?
We're going to try to meet for
So like the questions that were asked during the any of the questions that were asked during open comment, are they going to be answered at any time?
Well, some of them were addressed. I mean,
What about the questions from Rodrigo there for about the legal rights of the detainees being met, the access to clergy and lawyers?
I would need to get a copy of
that issue came up. Steve?
Yeah, I'm Steve.
Bill.
Oh, yeah.
That issue came up early on in that litigation, and we had there was an organization from Boston that works with folks explaining their rights, and they had full access to the facility. There was presentations made to the detainees. To my knowledge, there is not a claim that people are not getting access to.
Well, I've been hearing that from people that there's no evidence that they are getting it. That's the thing. Nobody's making a report that says it's happening. They're just saying that it's.
Let me follow up on that, but I didn't believe, at least to my knowledge, that was not an ongoing issue. That issue had been addressed early on, and there was access.
Oh, so. What is it?
So I would also like to add on, so there was a Know Your Rights training, but Know Your Rights is completely different from actually allowing lawyers to enter the facility and conduct credible interviews. So is that happening? That's what I want.
So is it your understanding that lawyers have showed up and we've said you can't come into the facility?
No, I just want to know whether or not lawyers have had that access.
Lawyers have access to.
Well, we know that the lawyers only have access if they know the name of the detainee, and the names of the detainee are being kept secret. So there's no way to get the name of the detainee unless you know they're there, and there's no way to get a lawyer to see the detainee unless we know their name. So no lawyers can't get in there.
But by the same
Because I'm talking to lawyers who do this, and they tell me that they can't get in.
Yeah, and I don't, this issue of detainee identification, I mean, that is more of an issue with ICE than our ability to sort of
Well, I
provide.
have an APRA request in for that now that's being adjudicated by the Attorney General.
State of Rhode Island,
Yeah. And the other thing is, what about clergy? Because I don't know that clergy access is being granted. I heard they all have Bibles in Spanish, but that they don't have actual clergy getting in. And that's also a part of the rights.
I can't speak to the
Yeah.
clergy issue. And the attorney access and the legal rights thing was sort of just what I've communicated to you.
Okay.
I don't have clergy's way beyond my.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that these are the normal things that like a prisoner might expect, and then no one knows it's being met because there's no answers forthcoming from the Wyatt. I mean, all reporters here, nobody's gotten an answer on this, right? Right. No reporter in the state has gotten a single answer on this, and I know the ACLU hasn't gotten answers on this either. So that's why I'm here to ask these questions. And also, the board not answering questions, is that under advice of counsel, or is that?
The board, as part of the process for the board conducting a meeting, it's not typical that the board, in my experience with boards, they sort of respond to questions. Information was provided in the part of as part of the presentation of the management that addressed many of the issues that were raised in public comment. But my experience with boards is they don't typically sort of respond to questions.
But there's nothing that prevents them from doing it.
No, there isn't.
Right, there's no law.
But there isn't. But by the same token, there isn't a legal obligation to do that.
Right. No, I understand that, but it does seem to talk to the openness of the board if they don't, right? The board doesn't seem open. If they don't answer questions, then it seems like maybe they're something to hide, or they don't want to answer for other reasons.
That wouldn't be my interpretation with this board trying to hide something. I don't see that, but.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, you can see from the public might think there's something going on if we can't get an answer to simple questions like were raised by members of the public who are here.
And I know a lot of people want some sort of reaction about the protest. There's reasons why people are coming out here. Are you sure there's nothing you can tell us to relay a message?
That wouldn't be my role.
Who can I ask?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? See, if it's not your role, if it's not the role of the board, whose role is it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that seems to be like a black box that there's no answers coming from. All right.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Counselor.